In this video, I'm going to show you how to craft the perfect elevator pitch. And that's it. There's no need for a long intro. Let's roll the bumper. Hi, I'm Tyus. I help ambitious people live their freest life. And what you just heard is my elevator pitch. In this video, we're going to talk about what an elevator pitch is, why you need one, what people get wrong when they're either creating them or delivering them, and how to create yours, which of course is the most important element of this. So what is an elevator pitch and where does the term come from? What does it have to do with elevators? Well, an elevator pitch comes from the concept, the story, the mythological tale that one day you're going to get yourself into an elevator and in will walk Elon Musk or Bill Gates or some other billionaire, and you're gonna have 30 seconds or however long it takes you to get to the top floor of the building in order to explain what you do and in hopes that they're going to invest in you. Now, this is probably not going to happen. For most people, this is never going to be the case, but that doesn't mean it's not something that you should have prepared. And the reason for that is the two most common questions that people will ask you when they first meet you. The first question is, what is your name? And if you don't know that, maybe this video is out of scope for you. The second most common question is, what do you do for a living? What is it that you do? And that is where you should have an elevator pitch ready to go. So don't expect an elevator pitch to raise money for you. Don't expect it to help you get a new customer. Don't expect it to help you land a brand new job. But if you are regularly going out and meeting new people, this is a skill you want ready. You want this in your back pocket. The reason you need an elevator pitch is because it opens doors for you. It creates the momentum that starts a conversation, and often it spurs the curiosity that keeps somebody engaged and interested in you. It also will set up a landmark, a point in a conversation where other people can relate to you. Oftentimes, people just want to connect with one another, but they don't have a starting point from where to connect to the other person at. And a good elevator pitch provides that. So what are the most common mistakes people make when providing their elevator pitch? How do you get the question wrong when somebody says, what do you do for a living? Well, the first thing that people do wrong is that they make it all about themselves, which makes sense. They're asking you a question about yourself. Hey, what do you do is about you, but your answer shouldn't be all about you. They really want to know, what can you do for me or for the people I care about or for the issues I'm concerned with? They're trying to create a connection with you. And the only way they can make that connection is if the things that you care about some way relate to the things they care about. The second big mistake that people make is that they make their pitch far too broad, far too vague. They dilute it so much because they want to make sure that it encompasses everything. And in diluting it so much, it serves no one and it becomes very unclear what you do. It sounds like you're trying to avoid the question rather than answer it directly. This is a problem that I have because I don't like being classified by people. I don't like being compartmentalized or put into a box of what they define me to be. I don't want to be defined in a particular political party or a particular religion or a particular demographic. It's just not something that I'm interested in. I don't like being put in a box. But here's the thing, the truth is, people are going to put me in a box whether I want them to or not. When somebody meets you, they might say, oh, this is dating material, or maybe this could be a coworker of mine, or maybe this is gonna be my best friend in the future. They're going to put you in a box in their mind. But an elevator pitch, a well-crafted one, helps you define what that box is. You get to create the narrative for them on how they might define you. The third mistake that people make is that they make their elevator pitch far too long and far too complicated for people. You want there to be an air of mystery in it so that people are curious, so it starts a conversation. You want to leave people wanting more. So what is the basic structure of a good elevator pitch? Well, it's this simple. I help people do something. That's the basic structure of it. It is I, then the help is going to be the action. What do you do for a subject to reach a result? So, verb could be help, or I support, or I teach, I educate. Maybe I encourage, maybe I find solutions, maybe I raise money for them, maybe I solve problems for them, maybe I feed them. It doesn't really matter, it's whatever you do. But you want to say I, verb, help, support, teach, whatever the case may be. That's going to be the second part of it. Then we get on to the subject, which is who you serve. The most generic subject is going to be everybody. So it could be I help people, but people is a lot. That doesn't reduce down the amount of people you could help, and nobody on this planet can help everybody. And so talking about the subject, you might want to target a specific or smaller demographic. And the easiest way to do this is to help people identify in a particular group or a particular demographic. Remember that box I was saying I don't like falling within? Well, a lot of people do like being identified as a subgroup or as a category. So maybe I help students, or I teach single moms, or I educate entrepreneurs or business owners. Maybe I train athletes, or I help Christians, Hindus, spiritual people, Democrats, conservatives. It doesn't matter. Find a smaller demographic. And this is a really, really good practice in running a business, to find a really niche target market. Because while it might seem like you're reducing your audience by finding that niche targeted market, you must realize that that small target market is actually a massive group of people. So that is the second part of it. So there's I help, or I do something for this group of people. And the third part is we have to reach the result. The result is the benefit that you provide to the customer that you serve. That's ultimately what the benefit is. It's the last part of your elevator pitch. Now, you don't want to get this confused with a feature versus a benefit. A lot of people will push and tell people all the features of what they do, but not really provide the benefits of what they do. So maybe they help people make passive income. That's the feature. That is what they actually do. Features tell them what they do. Benefits sell them on what they do. So maybe you make passive income for people, but what is the actual benefit of that? Well, maybe it's that you help entrepreneurs have whatever they want. Now, in your mind, you know that's by creating passive income, but you don't want to give that little secret away yet. You want to create a little mystery. So you're saying, I provide entrepreneurs with security, and that could also be passive income. Maybe you help people with time management. So maybe it is, I help students achieve what they want with the time they have. Maybe it is, I help single mothers find great times for vacation. That's all time management stuff. The feature is time management. The benefit is the result of what they get to enjoy and have. Maybe you're trying to get people to learn really good psychological strategies. Well, you could say that, but it doesn't really give an idea of what the benefit is. So I help people know what to do with their life. I help people sleep well at night. I help people be happy with the life that they have. Those are all benefits of teaching people really great psychological strategies. So make sure that in the end, when you're coming up with that final little touch to your elevator speech, to the final little structure, which is going to be the result that you provide, make sure that you're teaching them about the benefit you provide, not just the feature. You want to actually leave the feature for a follow-up. If you structure your elevator pitch really correctly, beautifully, elegantly, then people are going to ask you questions immediately after. They're going to want to know more details, and this is the point where you start talking to them about features. This is the point where you go into detail about specifically the demographic, or how you help, how you do it, what's the mechanism behind it. And the best way to do this is to tell stories. Tell personal stories about the people's lives and the impact you've had on those lives. If you're doing it right, you're going to know you're doing it right because people are going to ask you those follow-up questions, and a conversation will come from that. So let's recap this. The first part is I help. How do you impact them? That's how you help them. Second part is your target market. I help people. I help single moms. I help students. I help entrepreneurs. That's the target market. And then the third part is the benefit you offer. I help them be happy. So that is the basic structure of a great elevator pitch. Comment below with what your elevator pitch is after you use this little process, because I'd love to find out what it is. My name's Tyus. I help ambitious people live their freest lives. I hope to see you on the next video. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe to this content. Please subscribe to my channel, share the content with people that might enjoy it or find it valuable, and I hope to see you on the next video.